Hi, I'm Ashara and I'm from Cool School Technologies, creative online opportunities for learning, and welcome to our Cool School Free Tool Sundays. And this is where we introduce free tools for teachers and parents to use with their students and kids. I know it's been a frustrating time with the recent pandemic. A lot of you are homeschooling, teachers, you're working remotely. So we're trying to figure out different ways that we can support our students. We want them to be able to have that direct instruction, but we also know that that's not possible right now. So, what are some ways that we can kind of keep students engaged? So, we plan to share some free tools with you each Sunday that are easy and quick to use, and they are completely free 99. The tool that we're going to share with you today is called Padlet, and I have it up here on the screen. You would simply go to Padlet.com. You would click here where you say sign up and it's free. And then once you start that account, you'll go to your Padlet board. Now, I've had a Padlet account for in excess of 10 years as a classroom technology teacher. I've also used it in trainings. So what do you do with this board? You're going to click here where it says make a Padlet. And this will allow you to create a board. Now, what a board is like, it's sort of like imagine a whiteboard that you would have in your classroom, except for with this board, you're going to be able to use video, audio, pictures, drawings, use your webcam, and students will be able to be as creative as they like. So we're going to start with a blank one. You see these are the different formats that you can use. You can have a wall, you can have streaming like a Twitter feed, you can use a map, you can use a timeline, but we're going to go with the wall. So I'm going to click here. And you see here they've already put in a title for me. And that may not be the title that I want to use. So I'm going to go over here in this column where it says modify. I'm going to just leave it here for time's sake, my sumptuous wall. You can describe your wall. So you would just click here and then you would just change it as necessary. You can also choose an icon for your wall. So if you want to represent something here, so I'm going to choose an emoji. I like dogs, so I'm going to choose the puppy dog here. Okay, so I have my emoji there. I say keep working. Okay, so you see though that's just changed my icon over here to a puppy dog. It gives you an address for your wall, so it'll be padlet.com and then it has an address. You're able to change your background to different kinds of backgrounds. You can add your own. You can add pictures. You can add textures and patterns to something different. You can have plain walls, brick. So you can be as creative as you like. So that's the easy part, is creating your wall. Now, once you have your wall, what are you going to do with it? That's where the student creativity comes in. I'm going to show you some examples here of some walls that you may want to use. For example, think about those books or those stories or that reading that the teacher has sent online or that you're sending to your students, and then once they finish that book or that story, they're like, okay, I'm done, I've answered the questions, now what do you want me to do? So a Padlet board will allow you to expand that learning or that reading where the student is able to be creative and use things from the story to demonstrate their learning. So in this example, here's a story map, and we have the story here of the Frog Prince. So in your typical story map, you would have the story title, the setting, like where did it take place, the characters, the plot, the events, and the conclusion. So you may say, well, Ashara, that's just like posting. How is that allowing students to be creative? So as they click on their board, so I'm going to double click on the space. That creates this space here where I'm able to type in what I want to do. And students are able to, they have several choices here to make to use multimedia. So they can upload a picture or something from their computer. They can share a link. So as they're doing any type of research, they would be able to link to something on the internet. They can go to Google where they're able to explore and research things. They can use the picture where they can either use the webcam, or if they're using Padlet on their phone, which there's also a phone app, which is good for Android and iPhone, they would be able to use that. And then they also have choices here of voice, where they would be able to record their voice and explain something if they're not able to type. And you can do it up to 15 minutes of voice. They can draw, where they would be able to doodle and have a doodle screen. Place, where they would be able to find something on a map. Film. So there's so many different things that they would be able to do with this board. So they're able to upload pictures, they're able to record their voice, they're able to doodle and draw. So this is just an example. Here's another example where you could have them doing some research. This is an example one on Detroit history. We started off with the native peoples of Michigan and then do a voice recording. Again, like I said, you can do up to 15 minutes, finding pictures, doodle, also adding video, finding video on to explain your thoughts or your thinking. So this is just an example of what you can do with Padlet. As I said, again, it's free. You can do up to 3 boards at no cost. And the wonderful thing about those 3 boards is that once you have them, they're yours and you can repurpose them. So if you have 3 boards and you say you want to use one Monday for a story map, the second one is for researching a certain topic, the third one is for science. You say, okay, well, what am I going to do on Thursday and Friday? You can repurpose those boards and rename them and clear them off and start all over again and use them. So you can use the board in multiple ways. And again, you can share it with their teachers. Teachers, you can have students create these boards so they're able to share the link to the board or the web address so you're able to look at their board and see what they're doing while they're at home. So that's Padlet. If you enjoyed this tip, please let us know. Please like us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Whatever questions that you may have, feel free to put them in the comments section or inbox us. So in the meantime, we just hope that you'll be safe and stay well. Have a good Sunday.